Hi guys, just me. If this is your first time here, my name is Kelly, my husband's name is Fonz, and welcome to our new normal. So guys, haven't heard from me for a little bit. I think the last vlog we did was our Happy New Year, New Year's Eve vlog, and the one before that, of course, was the tribute that I did to my mom. If you watch my channel, if you've been following along, and if not, go back and have a look at the video. I did what I feel is a really nice tribute video to my mom. So I've been taking a little bit of time off to just reflect and spend time with my husband and grieve. Yeah. So I have a terrible cold sore. Please don't look. And please don't look at my hair. If I showed you the top of my head right now, you would probably die laughing because I literally look like, I don't know, an Irish skunk. My red hair, white stripe right down the center. But anyway, right now I just, I'll do it later. So one of the reasons why I made the tribute video, well, I made the tribute video just because I wanted to make my own tribute to my mom in my own way. How do I put this without sounding completely bitchy or awful? Please don't, well, I'm not monetized anyway, so what, but please don't, don't mind the B word stuck in there. Ooh. We have my mom and dad have a POA who is an immediate family member, and my mom has been gone today since the 27th of December in the wee hours, and she just made it out of Boxing Day and into about a half an hour, 45 minutes into the 27th. So how many days is that, guys? So let's count the 27th. So 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, that's 5. Plus today is the 9th of January. So my mom has been gone, pardon me, 11 days, if that's correct, today. And the POA, who is, you know, large and in charge and her way or the highway kind of person, who I don't get along with very well, if you can't tell. I've been waiting every day to see my mother's obituary appear on the website of the funeral home where my mother's body was taken, and where the cremation took place. At my parents' wishes, and this is my husband's wishes as well, we don't want a big formal funeral. We don't want all that money spent on that. And I'm sorry, guys, I don't know. Every culture is different. Every religion is different. Every individual person on the planet has their own thoughts and feelings on this. A lot of people feel that you need that closure of having a formal funeral, but I don't really see the need for people to come and look at my dead body in a box. You know what I mean? I personally have always thought that it's a little morbid myself. And secondly, it is very expensive, and I don't, after I go, I want my money to go, well, if I go before my husband, please God, you know, the money will go to him, and if my husband is already gone before me, then my money, our money combined, is split up between my 3 kids and his 3 kids. So I don't want a big huge chunk of change going on a rented casket. Like, let's think about this for a sec, guys. I don't mean to get like gross and, you know, really like into detail, but from what I'm given to understand, if you're being cremated and you are having a funeral, the casket that your body is displayed in for your funeral is a rented casket. So how many other people have been in that? It's kind of like how I feel about sleeping in a hotel. This is weird. This is the way I feel about sleeping on a hotel bed. I do not like getting like in this bed and just gives me the heebies. Not that I'm like a germaphobe or anything. I wouldn't have done what I did for a living if I was a germaphobe, but it just kind of grosses me out. So what I would much rather do is sleep on top of the bed, like on top of the covers, and just get a big old nice warm snuggly blanket and put that over top of you. So I mean, it still doesn't solve the problems of, you know, the pillows and whose head's been on this, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm digressing. So the idea of that your body is being displayed in a rented casket, and then they literally put you into a cardboard box, and that is then how cremation is done. So my mother wanted to be cremated, so she was, and I am still waiting for her obituary. Great POA job there, let me tell you. I have called the funeral home twice since my mother's passing, wondering why there was not an obituary. First time I called, I wondered, you know, why had an obituary not been posted yet. I think my mom was gone 2 days, maybe 3 days at that point. But at that point, one would expect an obituary. I mean, back in the good old days, it used to be in the newspaper. Well, now it's, you know, online on, you know, this funeral home's website. And there was not, and there was actually, at that point in the game, there was one lady who had passed away the day after my mother, whose obituary was in there. And I'm like, so how come there's no obit for my mom? And she said, well, we gave all the pictures, oh my gosh, hear my brain. We gave all the papers to, and then named the POA. And she is to fill them out and return them to us. And I said, all right, good enough. I mean, it's a simple procedure, folks. It's so on and so forth has passed away, you know, predeceased or sadly missed by, and then you list the spouse, and then you list the children and their spouses, and then a lot of people will just, say, you know, sadly missed and dearly remembered by X number of grandchildren, X number of great-grandchildren, predeceased by any siblings that she had, and clearly predeceased by her parents. My mother was 82, so, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty basic form from what I've understood, but here goes my brain again, guys. From what I was given to understand, that's what I needed to say. I'm so sorry. I'm just like dying for coffee this morning. It's a pretty simple, straightforward procedure. A friend of mine told me that when her mom passed, that the funeral home went over. What is wrong with me today? Oh my God. Went over the forms with them there at the funeral home, and they basically just asked all the questions. Okay, so your mom's name, let's make sure we get it right, spell it correctly, is survived by or predeceased by, what was your dad's name or what is your dad's name, and then down so on and so forth with kids and whatnot. So it's been 11 days. It's actually shocking and shameful and embarrassing, and she should be extremely ashamed of herself that there are now obituaries at that funeral home that of people whose deaths occurred days after my mother's. So we're now into day 11, and it's kind of getting to the point where it's kind of pointless now. Like, does it actually almost seem insulting that, oh, sometime like 11 or 12 days later, I finally got around saying, oh yeah, hey world, my mom died, you know? So I can imagine it's not an easy, you know, thing to have to sit and fill out. But, well, if you couldn't handle it, you should have asked me. I would have done it. Apparently you can do it online. You can fill out the papers and email them to them. So I had phoned twice. The first time the girl was very, you know, patient and caring and super wonderful in explaining the process of doing an obituary for someone. Because I don't work in a funeral home, so I don't understand the actual process of it. The second time I called back, she's like, yeah, so we're still waiting for your blank POA. I'm just saying blank because it's a family member. I'm not even getting in there. To return the forms. And I said, well, I do know that she has gone home now, which is about 5 hours away from where my parents live. Well, my dad's still there, but um and I said, so I'm assuming she's taken the papers and gone home. Like, I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. And I said, is this something that she can fill out and then email to you? And she said, oh yes, absolutely. And she said, yeah, we've kind of been wondering ourselves where that obit is, but you know, who are we to judge, right? So the lady who the POA had been dealing with was away for a couple of days. She returned to work on Sunday. Today is Tuesday. So I just checked again, and again, there's no obit. So at this point in time, my thoughts and feelings on it is that it's too late. I think 11 days, 12 days, whatever, posthumous of someone passing is kind of insulting that you finally, you know, got around to doing it. So I think she probably shouldn't bother, really. I mean, what is the point now? It's just, it looks bad. It looks bad on the entire family. And it's just almost pointless now. Almost pointless. The woman's been gone nearly 2 weeks, you know? So that has been an issue, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. Every day I keep looking, and I look several times a day, and it's never there. It's never there. So I don't know. I don't know, but nice POA in there. Good job. Good job. They put you in charge. Okay, guys. So this here is a current status. Now, yesterday, we had 3 doctor's appointments in the city. So, as you guys know, as I keep saying, 2 hours away. It was a blizzard. It was absolutely wicked. Driving conditions were just out of control. It was really, really bad. Look at my bird bath. See my bird bath down there? That's a bird bath right there. Look at how full it is. Yeah, how about a snow bath, guys? Look at the snow on the roof of that's my dad's bird feeder. My dad made that many, many years ago, and he gave it to me a few years back, so I really treasure it. But yeah, that's the current situation happening here in Canada. My husband just went and pushed all the snow off the deck, so okie dokie. So yeah, that's our current situation, and that is mild compared to yesterday. We went from temperatures of, I think the coldest it got, like right here where we live, with the wind chill factor, was minus 41 degrees Celsius. So it was polar. We're having, apparently, now we haven't heard this word in probably 2 years, I want to say. It's been a while. The words polar vortex. Yikes. When they say polar vortex on the Weather Channel, run, hide, wrap yourself in blankets, and just hibernate. So yeah, really, really extreme cold temperatures, extreme cold temperature alerts, all kinds of warnings out there about exposed skin freezes in, what is it, under 4 minutes or something like that? I can't remember. Don't quote me. I'm not sure. But yeah, and if you don't really need to be out in it, then don't be out in it, because God forbid your car should break down on the side of the road. I mean, everybody's got a cell phone, but what if you're an hour from, you know, where anybody can come to help you? You could freeze in that hour. Literally, you could be suffering hypothermia. You could be, you know, getting frostbite, sitting there in an ice freezing cold car that's, you know, you can like see your breath, right? So anyway, yesterday then it did a complete flip-flop, and we went from minus 20, what the hell, I don't know, with a wind chill of minus like 38 or something, to +1. +1. Overnight, boom, just like that. And what that will do is trigger a massive snowfall. So yesterday when we left here, we borrowed our neighbor's truck again. God love you guys. We'd never make it in our car. So we had 3 doctor's appointments. 3. See, I'm going 3. Hello, brain injury. 3 doctor's appointments in the city yesterday that were made, you know, a while ago, that we really did need to see. my family doctor, my husband's family doctor, and my pain clinic, because I have not had any pain blocker shots since the 14th of December, I want to say. It was a couple weeks before Christmas, so it's been nearly a month, and I usually go every 2 weeks. But of course, because of the Christmas holidays, and my doctor was obviously taking some well-deserved time off. She has small children, so absolutely. Sorry, guys, I keep pausing to drink my coffee. Why is my light there? Hello, what the hell? So anyway, we borrowed his truck. It was a very arduous drive. It's usually, well, I say 2 hours. It's an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on road conditions, construction, blah, 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 blah. We left here at 9:30 yesterday morning to get down to the city for noon for my first appointment. So we arrived with about 20 minutes to spare. So that's how crazy it was. And you can imagine my anxiety level was through the roof. Even though I wasn't the one driving, I rarely drive. I haven't driven in months now. I hope to get back to driving in the spring, and that is that's a whole another video right there. And a whole nother ball game. But anyway, still, it was really, really bad. But mind you, by midday, it had, started to sort itself out. It stopped snowing. And because of the high temperatures, everything was melting. Like, it was a one big ass slushy mess. People drive like morons in the city. I lived there for 20 years. How the hell did I live there for 20 years? Oh, God. What a nightmare. But anyway, so the strangest thing happened. So as I said, I think I said, one of my appointments was for my pain blocker shots. So went down, so happy to see her. We had a chat, and I told her about losing my mom over Christmas, and she was very supportive. God love her. She's such a sweetheart. I just love her to death. You guys have seen her in the video when she's doing my shots. So we did my usual cocktail, which we started, 3 treatments ago, I want to say. So she hauled out the big guns. It's called Carbocaine, because I wasn't really having a very good response to some of the other, I think that was the 3rd one that we've tried. One of them had some effect, but little, very short-lived, the non-desired effect. She tried another one once that had literally 0 effect. So then we went back to the one we'd been using, and then now she has switched me to Carbocaine. And for the first time since beginning the Carbocaine, guess what happened? Nothing. Nothing happened. I got, usually even before she's even done, I mean, she starts up here. She starts along the side of my neck. I don't know if you watched the video right here. Along the back of my neck and whatever, and then, carries on downwards. We start at the top and work our way down. So usually by the time she's gotten to the tops of my shoulders, I can already feel my jaw along here going numb, and my earlobe going numb, on both sides. So, and I should have said something. But they can only give you so much based on your weight. So it's not like she could have said, "Oh, well, here, let's just give you more." No, she can't. She can't do that. That's very, very dangerous. So, and not something she would do, obviously. But by the time she was to the bottom of my back, and of course, me, yak, 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 and she's really chatty too. So we were talking about my mom and about what had happened, and what she said, was it sudden or was it expected? And then I said it was expected, but still a shock. We chatted away about that, and we were chatting about the weather and just yak, 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 like we always are. And I should have said something to her, and I didn't. So we left, and I felt just a little bit of numbness along here, maybe a little along here, but that was it. I mean, I normally, now it hurts. I normally, can touch the back of my neck, touch the bottom of my spine, bottom of my back, like across your hip area, across the back, very lower spine, anywhere that I can physically reach with my hand. And I feel like I'm touching someone else because I feel it with my fingers, but I don't feel it with the area. So it would be like me putting my fingers on you. You know what I mean? I feel it, but I don't feel it myself because it's not my body I'm touching. So that's what it feels like. But I got 0 results, which is really, really, really weird. And I got actually quite the opposite, pain. Oh my gosh. Last night I could hardly move. It literally felt, I told my husband, across the backs of my shoulders, I felt like there was a line of, if I say the word burr, does everybody know what a burr is? You know, those round, sticky, they got little pokey things sticking out all over them. It's a burr. I don't know if my American friends, do you call it something other than a burr, but it comes off of a bush. When we were kids, we got them stuck all over our clothing, stuck in our hair, you know. I felt like I had a line of burrs in my house coat. I have my house coat on. That I had a line of burrs in my house coat that were digging into my skin all the way along that area. I was in so much pain. Also from the really long car ride. Like it took, you know, to go down and back, it took us, well, we left at 9:30 in the morning and we got home at about 6 o'clock last night. So yeah, because there was the three appointments, as I said. So yeah, and then we stopped in to see my son very, very briefly. We stopped in to have an extremely quick coffee with him, grabbed him a Timmy's, and I was calling him and calling him and calling him, and he had rolled over and gone back to sleep. Oh, so just as we're pulling out of his driveway, I'm like, dude, I called him and he finally answered me. He's like, hello? And I was like, honey, get the out of bed. I said, okay, we got to go because my appointment's like at the other end of town in half an hour. We got to get there. So your coffee is on the back step of his house. So great having coffee with you, babe. But whatever, it was funny. But so yeah, it was a really, really long time in the car and being just, you know, really tensed up, really nervous, really anxious. Ow. So that doesn't help by any means. But with the Baacckk, this is literally the first time that I have gotten 0 results and actually negative results because I was in agony. And then before you leave, when you have your treatment done every time, just your needles, well, the lidocaine infusion's a whole another ball of wax. That's coming up November. Oh, Lord. Cheers. Coffee just makes me loopy. That is actually coming up February 5th. So where was I going with this? Okay, so after you have your pain blocker needles, your 30, 40, whatever the heck you get shots from top to bottom, you have to sit and wait for a minute. And I do this every time. I'm like, okay, well, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. And I stand up to like put my coat back on or whatever. She's like, Sam, wait for the nurse. You know you have to have your blood pressure and your blood ox taken. And then if you're in a normal range and you feel okay, bye-bye, wait, where you go. So anyway, when the nurse came in and again, she had to do it. Sit down, Kelly, just wait for the nurse. So when the nurse came in, I said to her, oh my God, you know what I forgot to ask her? And she said, what? And I said, I am headed for my family doctor now, and I've yet to have my flu shot this season. When I worked, doing what I did for a living, we had to have our flu shots every season in November generally, or you weren't allowed to work. We weren't allowed to work during a flu outbreak, which you could be guaranteed influenza A would go through the building and take out a bunch of people with it when it left. You could either not work and not get paid, or you could take the Tamiflu. I took Tamiflu once many years ago when I worked in the city, and I got so sick from it. So sick. Never again. So up until the fall of 2015, which was would have been, well, the accident was in May. So in November of 2015, when I normally would have had my flu shot done, I didn't get it done. Excuse me. in part my own laziness and my own, there was so much going on, I was in so much pain and just blah, 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 right, that I just didn't get it done. So I actually haven't had it done since the fall of 2014. So what I had forgotten to ask her, I think I'm back to, am I repeating myself? Probably. Sorry guys, bear with me, you know how I am. So I said, yes, I forgot to ask her, I'm going to my family doctor now, and I'm hoping to get my flu shot. I'm very late. I mean, it's January. I should have had it done in November, and I really need to get it to protect my husband, who has chronic asthma and COPD, even though he quit smoking like 30 years ago. So don't smoke, kids. Even 30 years later, you can suddenly develop. My dad was diagnosed with COPD a couple of years ago. He quit smoking in 2000, like, you know, when he had his heart surgery. So anyway, where am I going with this? I'm digressing all over the place. Okay, yes. So can I get the flu shot after having just gotten my pain shots? Because like in a half an hour, I'm going to be sitting with him, right? And she said, oh, that's a good question. Let me go ask her. And she said, I know she just went next door with her next patient, so they probably haven't even started yet. So let me just tap on the door and ask her. So I heard her tapping on the door, asking the question, and then I heard Dr. Mount yell, it's okay, Cal, go ahead, go for it. I started laughing. So anyways, went to my family doctor of 30-some years and told him about my mom, and he was very supportive, you know, and offered his condolences and everything, and went over my usual list of issues, because I'm just one big walking issue since the accident. So I had my flu shot. So even though, oh, listen, my nose, chronic stuffiness, people, is driving me bananas. I also got a prescription yesterday for my chronic stuffy nose, and we're hoping it works. But yeah, it's bad. So, and I don't have a cold. There's nothing wrong with me. My nose is just constantly stuffy and dry. And we can't blame it on winter or the indoor heat or anything, because this has been going on, like, I don't know, well over a year. So yeah, it's not something new. But anyway, so I had my flu shot, and then at that point, thank you, Jesus, we were finally able to leave the city and head back home. Thank you. And it was a long and arduous, although the roads were much, much, much better on the way home. Very wet, very slushy in places, but not snowing like a son of a gun. And like, you know, you're driving like this at 2 and 10 going, you know, well, my husband was anyway. Yeah, so she had said, yeah, go ahead, have your flu shot. It's fine. You know, with the carbocaine, you should be fine. You know, I mean, I obviously trust this woman with my life. She's sticking needles in my spine. So I've pretty much got a pretty good trust system going on there with her. And I'm sure with most people, and maybe myself as well, that it is fine. But it was kind of weird that I got all my carbocaine shots done, and within 45 minutes was having a flu shot. I don't know, but I wasn't feeling much when I left her office. Anyway, I got zero results from the pain blocker, nerve blocker, carbocaine shots. And as a matter of fact, did quite the opposite. Last night I could hardly walk. It was brutal, and I came home, had some salad. That's where we're going to start getting into my vegan lifestyle here in videos soon to come. What did I have? I had salad, and I had, I don't remember. Ow, that hurt. I don't remember what I had at all. Anyway, but I know I had my vegan supper, whatever. And I had already got, as soon as I came in the door, I got in my jammies. I really wanted to get in a nice hot bath, but I was in so much pain that I was afraid I wouldn't be able to get out. And it's not fair on my poor husband, who is, as you recall, if you've been watching our channel, is recovering from 3 strokes. And although, thanks to the miracle of TPA, even though nobody can find it documented anywhere, you know, he's amazing. He's doing really well, but it's, you know, not fair of him to have to lift me in and out of the tub. So I thought, you know what, screw it. I feel absolutely horrible. I'm exhausted. I'm in so much pain. I just want to put my jammies on, shove some food down my throat, still can't remember what I ate, and just lie down on the couch. So that was what I did. And the next thing I know, my husband's waking me up, and it was 11:11. Yes, people, the time thing is continuing to go on, and I don't really care what anybody says that, you know, oh, you look at the clock too much or it doesn't mean anything. It started when my mom took sick. When my mom passed, it stopped for about a day and a half, 2 days, and now it started back up because we're not done yet. We're not done yet. So yeah, so it's been quite a challenging time, but anyway, so today I'm feeling quite a bit better. I don't have the level of pain that I had. Like last night, I would not have been able to sit here and chat with you guys like this. Like even just sitting here, no, wouldn't happen. I would have just been like, forget it, go away. That's so mean. No, I wouldn't have been able to do it. So yes, while I am feeling much better today, I'm still having a lot of pain. My neck is flipping, killing me. Just literally all the way down my spine hurts. And where I had my flu shot, I always get them to do my right arm because I am a lefty. It's, of course, very tender to the touch. But other than that, from the flu shot, I feel fine. But yeah, I can feel I swear to you, I can feel every single freaking needle hole in my neck and spine. I can feel every spot, I swear, not by touching them, just by sitting here. Every single spot where she put that needle in, but it didn't, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, because Carbocaine was like the holy grail of nerve pain blocker shot medication for me. It was working miracles. It was doing amazing. And this time, like, I'm saying that I got 5% because they ask you to rate it by, like, your next visit. You have to do this whole long questionnaire thing. Well, not long, but on a tablet of, you know, how your medication helped you last time, how long did the effects. I would say 5%, and the effects lasted 30 minutes max. Yeah, so... But anyways, I just wanted to touch base and let you guys know that yes, we are still alive and we are still here and we are still buried in snow. And I'm going to now start trying to focus in the next week or two on some more positive stuff, some videos about my vegan diet, what I eat in a day, what's in my fridge. We are hoping to be able to buy, probably secondhand, but we are hoping to be able to buy a treadmill, because one thing that I can still do is walk. I do walk with quite a pronounced limp because of my right lower back, but as long as it's got like handrails, you know, you can hang on to, I can walk. So that is the perfect exercise for me. So anyway, we will see you guys later, and I love you lots. Do not forget to hit that red subscribe button down there and hit the little bell icon and give this video and all my videos a thumbs up. And I hope to see you soon, and I love you. Bye. Mwah.